Microaggressions, you mean like midget warriors?
No, they're objectionable words or phrases. For instance, midget warriors.
I know what microaggressions are. It's the latest liberal attack at free speech. And a lot of fun if you do them right.
You know him, you love him, or at the very least, you know someone who does love him. Whether it's Home Improvement, the Santa Claus, or the undeniable greatness of Buzz Lightyear, Tim Allen has been a staple of American pop culture for decades. But here's the thing. Tim isn't just a funny guy with great comedic timing. He's also a beacon of common sense in a world that's increasingly spiraling into a woke nightmare, as some might say. Tim Allen is the hero that we didn't know we needed. So buckle up, because today we're diving into why Tim Allen is such a national treasure, a symbol of resilience, and a guy who refuses to back down in the face of cultural insanity. Let's start with the obvious. Tim Allen is not a fan of woke culture, and honestly, who could blame him? He's been calling out the absurdity of political correctness for years, long before it became a buzzword on everyone's Twitter feed. In October 2022, Tim dropped a tweet that sent the internet into a frenzy. Who is the face of woke? Do wokies have a clubhouse in someone's backyard? Or maybe a cute yet safe playpen somewhere? Come on, it's comedic gold. And he didn't just poke fun, he asked the questions that we're all too scared to say out loud. And the backlash? Well, it was glorious. Critics came out swinging, but Tim just shrugged it off like a seasoned pro. Why? Because Tim doesn't bend. He doesn't apologize for jokes or backpedal to appease the masses. And that's precisely why we love him. Let's be real. Comedy is in trouble. These days, it feels like you can't make a joke without someone writing a 12-paragraph think piece about why they're offended. But Tim, he's not having it. He's been vocal about how political correctness is choking the life out of comedy. In the documentary No Safe Spaces, Tim, along with comedians like Adam Carolla and Dennis Prager, explored how this shift has created an environment where comedians are constantly walking on eggshells. Allen's point is simple. Comedy isn't supposed to make everyone feel comfortable. It's supposed to make you think, laugh, and maybe even squirm a little. That's the magic of it. And Tim embodies that magic every time he steps in front of a microphone. He's a reminder that humor is one of the best ways to cut through the nonsense and bring people together, or at least make them laugh while they're disagreeing. What makes Tim Allen so great isn't just his humor. It's his relatability. He's the guy who plays characters that feel like someone you know. Whether it's Tim the Toolman Taylor fumbling through DIY disasters, or Mike Baxter from The Last Man Standing, standing firm in his conservative values. Tim's characters resonate with people because they're honest, flawed, and unapologetically human. Take Last Man Standing, for example. This wasn't just a sitcom. It was practically a manifesto for anyone who's ever felt out of step with modern culture. Through his character, Mike Baxter, Tim tackled issues like political correctness, gender roles, and generational divides, all with a heavy dose of humor and a light touch of common sense. It was a show that dared to reflect the perspectives of millions of Americans who often feel ignored by Hollywood. And let's not forget his family-friendly side. Who else could make a movie like The Santa Claus, where he accidentally kills Santa and takes over his job? Feel wholesome? Tim Allen, that's who. Tim's love for America is no secret. He's openly discussed his appreciation for the values that made this country great. Hard work, self-reliance, and accountability. In interviews, he's described himself as a fiscally conservative and emotionally liberal person, a combo that reflects a balanced, thoughtful approach to life. He's not about blind loyalty to any party or ideology. He's about what makes sense. Case in point. While he attended Donald Trump's inauguration in 2017, he wasn't afraid to call out the former president's actions when he thought that they crossed the line. After the Capitol riots on January 6, Allen described the events as horrible, embarrassing, and shameful. That's the thing about Tim. He's not afraid to stand up for what he believes, even if it doesn't fit neatly into a political box. Now, being a vocal public figure means that you're going to be a target for rumors and outright lies, and Tim has had his fair share. Remember those headlines claiming that he and Roseanne Barr were starting a non-woke actors guild? Completely fake. Or that CBS was offering him and Richard Karn $1 billion to star in a non-woke sitcom. Totally nonsense. Also fake. The fact that these rumors exist, though, says something. People want Tim Allen to be the anti-woke superhero of their dreams because he represents a rare quality in Hollywood: authenticity. He's not pandering to anyone. He's just being himself. And in a world full of virtue signaling and performative activism, it's refreshing. At the end of the day, Tim Allen isn't just an actor or comedian. He's a cultural icon. He's proof that you don't have to compromise your values to be successful. He's a reminder that it's okay to laugh, even when the world is losing its mind. And most importantly, he's a guy who's never afraid to ask the tough questions, even if they make people uncomfortable. So here's a question for you. In a society that's increasingly divided, how can figures like Tim Allen help bridge the gap? Are they starting more important conversations or just adding fuel to the fire? Let me know what you think. And as always, stay alert, stay informed, and most importantly, question everything. We'll see you on the next one.